Hey there everyone, this is KT. Welcome back to Pokemon Colosseum. Before we started, I want to show off something cool with the title screen here. Now, if you actually exit and you go back, you see on the sides here the characters actually change. I'm not sure what reason why they decided to include this as a funny little Easter egg. If you just let the game do the attract mode, it'll play like different cutscenes, and that'll show different characters. But yeah, if you just exit and go back, it goes straight away. Very curious. I think there's only two more. You get to see like the world's worst Brendan and May model. Good grief, they do not look good. I think that's it. I think it just recycles now. Yeah, it goes back to the first one. All right, last time we got our first Shadow, didn't we? Yeah, I think I kind of glossed over the entire mechanic of Shadow Pokemon. They're a little bit more complicated than they may appear. If you see there, it says our nature is obscured, and our ID and our the caught trainer name or whatever. That's all obscured from us. It's not very important. Obviously, it's going to be us because we caught that Pokemon, but the nature being obscured is a little frustrating. It makes resetting for Shadows a little bit more annoying, but it's nothing we can't deal with. We're actually going to use... Oh, hang on. We're actually going to put Makuhita in the party. There we go. So right now we are occupied. This town is occupied by Mirror Bee's trio, his little gang of Cypher minions. There's three of them. There's this guy over here. Now, he's red, so we know he has the fire starter. So if we fight him, we have a chance at a Shadow Quilava, which is very good. Shadow Quilava is used in the speed run because he's very strong. Over here we have, it's Bayleaf, but we're going to be skipping those two. We're going to be going for Croconaw. I'm not actually planning on using Croconaw, but what's important is that Croconaw has a hold item that we're going to want. And of course, we have to beat one of these guys to get out of here anyways. You know, I wonder, I've never actually tried this. I wonder if you just KO the Shadow, do you have to go and fight the other guys? Or are you still able to leave town if you decide to skip the Shadow? That's, maybe we'll try that. Oh, yeah, so this is another major thing for a Shadow Pokemon. You see under, like, where my experience bar is, there's those little segments. That's called the heart gauge. And using moves, or not using moves, it's when you enter Hyper Mode. It's not a thing you really get control over. Makuhita will just enter Hyper Mode after a certain amount of turns. And when he's in Hyper Mode, he will occasionally pick different moves. I think he'll sometimes attack your Pokemon. He'll essentially like not obey what you want, similar to a trade Pokemon in mainline when you don't have enough badges. We also don't have access to all of our moves, though lowering the heart gauge will change that. Yeah, we only have one move. It's that one, Shadow Rush, which does recoil damage to us. I don't remember if I can use items on you. That's the party. I think when you're in hyper mode you can. Yeah, he's not in hyper mode because his border's purple. You'll see it like glows black and red when you're in hyper mode. The only benefit, though, for Hyper Mode is that you have a raised crit rate. And your only move, Shadow Rush, it's a Shadow type move, meaning it's neutral against every type, which is it's kind of nice. It's admittedly sort of cool to have, especially for a high physical attacker. I'm so annoyed that Croconaw lived. He has just a tiny sliver of health. Alright, Shadow Crocodile is down. He's got a Spoink, which is very easy for Umbreon to take care of. So I know I got hit with Scary Face, but I'm not sure what Grimer was hitting me with. Whether it lowered my defense or something. Oh yeah, Synchro is not going to work on a poison type. Why you would taunt a Makuhita that only has one attack. The mysteries of why the AI does what it does in these games. Oh yeah, Shadow Pokemon also don't gain experience. I don't think you can teach them TMs. Oh, was it Torment you hit me with? Oh, that was clever, actually. Yeah, they don't gain experience, but it works a little bit weird where the experience is stored, and once you've, like, maxed out their heart gauge, there's one place in this game where you can purify the Pokemon, then they're no longer a Shadow type, and, when that happens, they're just given all of the experience. So Makuhita doesn't lose experience for being in battles right now. It's essentially just stored, and we'll get it all back later. Alright, now we're going to experiment. We're going to see if... Oh, nice. Poison X really does work outside of battle. That's cool. I want to see if now I have a chance if I wanted to go for the Quilava or Bayleaf. It would appear not. Okay, so important note, if you're playing this game, just catch your Shadow here. There's no benefit to KOing the Shadow. You don't get a second chance until way later in the game, so just catch your Johto starter of choice here. Hey, there we go. Here's an example of Hyper Mode. So, if I try and attack with Makuhita, he's going to have a raised crit rate, but the mechanic to get rid of Hyper Mode is here. You just call out the Pokemon's name, and then a big chunk of the heart gauge goes down. The call mechanic is strange, because you can use it on non-Shadow Pokemon, and it essentially just wastes a turn, which is pretty interesting that they would even consider adding that. Because once you caught all the Shadow Pokemon, there's no use for it. I don't think it snaps Pokemon out of confusion or infatuation or anything. I don't think the call function has any use once you're out of Hyper Mode. It might, though. There could be more to it. I'll also have to check the footage, but I believe this, the Crocodile before was not a female, which is kind of funny, because it's only a 1 in 8 is female. Alright, so we'll only hit you just once, but now... So the turn order is a little bit weird. My attack will go off before, or I'll throw the Pokeball before my attack goes off, even though I selected attack first. So we'll try one now, even though it'd be better after the damage. Nope. Oh, and he can take one more of those too. See, here's a good example. This is like a fine turn to waste, because what am I going to do with Makuhita? I don't want to damage him too much and accidentally crit the Croconaw. In mainline, your best option to do that would be to throw a Pokeball at a trainer's Pokemon, or just to switch around and waste a turn. So it's fascinating. You get a turn. You get an option to waste a turn. Do we greed? Should I go for just one more? One more is going to be like a perfect range, but if this crits, we're going to have to do the whole fight again. Nice. Makuhita's out. And that does a little recoil to you. Perfect. That's an ideal amount. As long as you don't do a recoil move this turn, we're fine. And you... No, we can't switch. I want you to reflect, even though it doesn't matter much at this point. This should just catch. Alright, the Cypher crew takes off. They're out of here. And now we're free to leave. I think we're going to go to Pyrite Town next. Which Pyrite Town also introduces a lot of Shadow Pokemon. There's a ton of new party members as soon as we get to Pyrite Town. Which I think is next. I don't remember the order of stuff, but I remember Pyrite's like the first main town. We're still in like tutorial mode at this point. So you see Croconaw, here he is holding the, or she is holding the Mystic Water. Very good item. That's a really good attack stat too. I wonder what the nature is. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother. No, should we use him? He's got better attack than Makuhita, right? I think Makuhita, no, he's not holding an item. Yeah, that's way better. We're gonna bench you as well. I will do a lot of the more time-consuming purification stuff off camera, just because a lot of that is like it's like grinding. It just takes a long time and it's not very interesting. So I'm not gonna do the boring grind for everybody. Oh no, we go to the lab, or the ruins of the lab, or whatever this place is. Yeah, we chat with everyone here. You guys are building the tower. There's like a gear or something on the ground you have to examine. Is it over here? Is it in the corner? No? Did we come back? This place will be more important later. Right now, it's, yeah, there's nothing we can do. There we go. That opens up Pyrite Town. I think we get jumped as soon as we're here. I think there's going to be a trainer right at the start here. I think it's that guy. Can I avoid him? I can avoid him. Alright, we're going to have to fight him later, but I just want to get to the, No, that's healing place. Where's the, There we go, the shop. Alright, what new stuff do you have for sale? So the only item of value here is revives. Yeah, there's full heal, super potion, hyper potion, which will be useful to us later. But right now, we're still really poor. We don't have very many items, so I'm not going to bother buying stuff right now. Yep, okay. I'm not sure what I just agreed to there. Yeah, we don't need to heal, because we're all fully healed. We gotta talk to the mayor. I think you live in here. Yeah, is it you? You're Duck King? You're the guy that asks us to go and save his, We gotta save this guy's plusle at some point. Oh yeah, and then we gotta get into here, too. Yeah, found your secret entrance. Nope, not a lot of items. That's like secretly one of my favorite things about mainline Pokemon is that they would hide items on the floor just like any other old RPG. But the 3D games don't really get that benefit. Alright, so now do you send us to go and save your Plusle? No, maybe not yet. Alright, let's go back. Let's go battle that one guy at the start. So I remember him being pretty easy. You don't want to battle yet. No, you're just asking me if I know about somebody. Is there anything in here? Yeah, there's the jail. There's these two guys, which are the ones that captured Rui. There's also this guy, which I think you were able to let him out. No, I don't have the key. It's very interesting. The doors stay open, almost like this instance isn't overwritten, despite the fact I entered a building. Like, if I go there, open the hotel door, enter the shop, but then come back out, the hotel's door stays open, which is very strange. Games don't do that very often, unless they have, like, a good reason to. Alright, so you don't want to battle? Oh, no, you do. Alright, which trainer are you? Are you the gal that's got a Hoppip? Or are you the one with a Misdreavus? I know that we get access to both of those Pokemon right here, as well as a Slugma. Somebody has a Slugma. You see Croconaut's heart gauge has gone down just a little bit, even though this is the first battle I've thrown him in. That's it's very similar to Friendship. If you just run around with your Shadow, their heart gauge will slowly go down. It is best to use, there's items later on that we'll get called Colognes, which will lower the heart gauge by a chunk, but getting into Hyper Mode and calling the Pokemon, that's like the absolute best, fastest method. The issue is that it's just kind of random. Nice. Using Acid Armor destroys the frame rate. We're gonna go for KOing Zubat. There's a chance he flinches here, which is helpful. Very nice, very easy trainer. This gal does not have a shadow Pokemon for us to steal. But as you'll see, there's a bunch of trainers up ahead. I think every single one of these guys you can fight. I think you're the Slugma guy. Let's take him out first. Oh no, you're the Misdreavus guy. Alright, we're definitely catching Misdreavus. Misdreavus was another MVP for me on my first playthrough. Really great having access to, well, just being a ghost, because I later on used a Pokemon with Explosion, and I would lead with that guy. So it would then bring Misdreavus in on the Explosion as a way to get, like, 2 free KOs. It was just awesome. Super fun. I shouldn't KO. With a bite from an Umbreon, that shouldn't KO. Yeah, Misdreavus gets some fun moves early on, like starting with Confuse Ray. Alright. You can survive one, but you can't survive a crit. So I don't think I want to attack you again with Umbreon. Wow, that's an insane amount of damage for a Shadow Ball. Let's bring in Espeon. Synchronize doesn't work for Confusion, does it? So if I get confused, it's not going to pass on. That's remarkable. That's so insane that that just one-shots a Espeon. Alright, this Misdreavus is causing trouble. I think it's high time we just try and catch it. No. We'll KO Zigzagoon, and oh, you got access to, I think that's Focus Energy. Of course, Makuhita's confused, turn 1. Oh, that's good. We can just leave you in hyper mode while I chuck balls. That's key items. That's a weird issue with this game, is if you open the inventory, or if you ever get prompted to open the inventory for like a key item, which is exactly what happened to me there, it defaults to the key items pocket next time you open the bag, which obviously in battle it doesn't really help you out. Okay, only got one more shot at this. Good grief. This does so much damage for a Shadow Ball, a move that shouldn't do that much for a Misdreavus. We've only got one. Alright, we're gonna risk accidentally critting. Okay, this is your last chance. See, it's an age-old trick. As long as you press the A button when you're trying to catch a Pokemon, you'll get it. If you don't press anything, you'll never get it. Yep, alright, awesome. Now that my team is completely demolished, Misdreavus here is holding the spell tag, I believe, which is very good. Yeah, 41 attack. What are you talking about? Was Espeon just have trash defense? No. I don't understand how that worked. Good speed, too. And good special attack. I may have to investigate what nature this Misdreavus most likely has. This room looks so much like a certain spot in a Final Fantasy VII. Which I think this game's presentation really does. It seems very similar to that one. Is there an item in here? There better be. Nope, nothing from you. Yep, awesome. Nope, no hidden items. Okay, so our team is healed up, and the way that we save is we have to go over to these, the terminal here. There we go. Now we've locked in our Misdreavus. You can't ever reset to get a different one. In fact, there's a pretty weird system. So if I go and fight that same guy, the guy here who has a Misdreavus, and I didn't catch it, when I fight him again, he'll send out the exact same Misdreavus. So it'd be female with a 30 in HP and a 12 in attack, and it's modest, you know. It's all that stuff is just decided when it gets thrown out for the first time. But if I was to fight him and not catch it and just reset the game, it would re-roll the Misdreavus when I encounter him again. Makes shiny hunting in this game a little bit, a little different than the rest of the series. I think that's quick attack. No, why on earth am I trying to quick attack? I do foresee Noctowl being trouble. Noctowl, I think, has Fly and Hypnosis. Alright, Croconaw is now entered Hyper Mode, which we're actually going to leave him in Hyper Mode for part of this fight so I can get some easy crits. Yeah, Umbreon is a menace already. It just brushes off damage. I can't wait until we have certain moves later in the game. I don't remember if you get leftovers in this game, do you? That would take so long, though. Every turn would take forever. Maybe you do. I know you can buy it in the Mount Battle challenge thing. I just realized I entered this fight without Pokeballs. So I sure hope that Noctowl has good stats or whatever, because we don't have another chance at it. That's awesome, being able to one-shot a Wingull. Nice. I love how the wing clips through the trainer. He doesn't even seem to acknowledge. What move is this? Is this just Lear? It's 90. 90 accuracy, and it's like a status move. We're not going to bother. We're not going to worry about that. Oh, very strategic. Also, you can see the fly animation's a little bit broken. If we, when it's Noctowl's turn, you'll see he starts off just by standing as if he was on the ground, not in his flying animation. Let's see, does calling a sleeping Pokemon wake him up? Well, it did. Wow. Yeah, see, look, we have a flying, or a standing Noctowl. And his fly animation clearly clipped into the ground before hitting the Crocodile. Oh my goodness. Wait, no, we have Quick Attack. No, we don't. I don't know what move that is. Is it Swift? What's a normal move that Umbreon would have? Okay, well, you died to Recoil. So does Crocodile. Oh, and that's nice, actually, because Crocodile is gone, we got all the experience. Alright, I'm gonna go make a little pit stop to get Pokeballs again. Alright, we're back. Gonna breeze through this fight now. Is Ladybug gonna be a threat? Probably not. Also do need to figure out what move that is that Umbreon has that's normal. Oh, it's Secret Power? I think this is Secret Power. How weird. What a strange move. Yeah, because these are like Taunt and I think Mean Look or something. Not very useful moves for an Umbreon at this point in the game, but I think Secret Power can paralyze, so we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna pray that you enter Hyper Mode. Oh, confused. Well, that's good too. Hey, look at that. All you gotta do is ask. Very good. So I want to show off a interesting glitch that, again, is exclusive to this game. You can only do it here. This is fixed in, what's it called? XD. So, also in this game, you buy 20, or you buy 10 Pokeballs, you'll get a Premier Ball. Very interesting they decided to copy that from Ruby and Sapphire. So if I throw a Pokeball, and that's Umbreon's turn, and then we go in as Croconaw, and I move this, you'll see. Oh no, we won't attack. We'll just get out of Hyper Mode. Of course, you're yellow health and confused, but you busted it out. One shake. It's a good thing you can catch Pokemon when they're flying. But yeah, see, it didn't consume my Pokeball. I still have one. This is a very famous glitch for this game. So if you have one Premier Ball, I can technically use like an infinite amount because I use it and then just do this, and then I get another. I will probably not be abusing this because we get a Master Ball pretty early on, and that just kind of trivializes catching every Pokemon. Actually, I don't think I want to throw a ball on your turn. I think I want to... No, because I might KO it. We'll see. I sure... No, because it's going to get confused. It's not going to do the thing I'm hoping it does. Alright, we'll just do this. Throw a ball and then call on Croconaw. Awfully nice of Noctowl to land just for the ball animation. Of course. Of course. Finally. Good lord. That took a lot of balls. Alright, does our crew need to heal? Probably not. I think we'll fight one more guy. I'm hoping... Is it you? Do you have the Slugma? I know Slugma's an easy catch, too. Hey, there he is. No, I don't want to KO Slugma. I want to go for... You know, let's see what this move does. It's only 90 accuracy and it doesn't do damage, but the animation should telegraph what it is pretty well. I'm thinking it's like Tail Whip or Leer or something. Oh, it's Scary Face? Well, that's not very useful. Lovely animation. That looks awesome. He gets one-shotted too. Beautiful. I want to use Secret Power on you and hopefully confuse. No, didn't go off. Very weird that Wes decided, yeah, because he's also got taunt to start with, which is not an egg move. That's a TM, as is secret power. Alright, not gonna complain about getting in hyper mode. I think the early Pokemon that they give you are easier to purify. A lot of the later ones take, not only do they take a long time, but I think that they have like a lower chance of getting in hyper mode. There's complex mechanics regarding it. Yeah, Synchro's not gonna burn a fire type. Alright, so Crocona's gonna one-shot that Swablu. So I think we'll take our last chance at secret power for you. Hopefully this one confuses him. No, of course not. Wow, that didn't even KO. Do I live? Do I have one little slip? Look at that. Umbreon's a monster. Actually, we'll just bench Umbreon for now. That hand animation is so good. Of course, we're doing this again. Doing the break out of the ball every single attempt, even though you have an easy catch rate. See, that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to just get in the ball first turn. Alright, let's heal up our gang. And we gotta make a stop at the terminal. Where's the terminal? It's in here, right? I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going. Yeah, okay. Alright, alright. It's really quick. We're just gonna look at Slugma. Yeah, you're gonna get benched. We're not gonna be purifying you for a while. That's a pretty good special attack stat. And a decent physical defense, but not very good special defense. And we got no speed. Noctowl looks pretty good too. He's got strong stats. Yeah, you've got to be holding the spell tag. I can't imagine you're holding a different item. Yeah, you see, Makuhita is lowered by this much, and Crocodile is about the same, but we've used Crocodile way more, so there's a complex system. Apparently, it has something to do with the nature too. The nature kind of dictates things about it. How fast the heart gauge goes down. All right, I think we'll fight one more trainer and then call it. Oh, but one of you guys is gonna have the hop hip. Oh, Quagsire, I remember you. You were very good. Very strong. I guess if you wanted to use a Quagsire, you would have to redo this encounter to figure out which ability it has, because I'm sure that gets re-rolled. So if you wanted Damp for whatever reason, or you wanted Water Absorb, which is the better of the two, you'd have to keep doing that fight. Or keep restarting this fight just to figure out which ability it has before you catch it. Oh, are you gonna die from just one? Probably not. You should live. It's Quagsire. He has decent health. This would have to be an insane high roll crit. Yeah, that's good. Nice, another big chunk. I believe each of those little segments like unlocks a new move. Except for the last one, because I think I'm gonna have a new move now. Let's see. We use Umbreon's turn to throw the ball, and you have not unlocked a new move. So maybe it's the first two and then the last two? No, but you only unlock 3 moves. Uh-oh. He could accidentally KO himself in recoil. Alright. That just means he's going to get in the ball this time. Oh my goodness. Not again. Please do not use takedown. Consider surf. Oh man. Please live. Just a little sliver. Okay, you have to get in the ball this time. Awesome, awesome. Alright, use the move Surf. No, you KO'd yourself. And now I'm gonna get a ton of experience because you knocked out Crocodile too. All right. That's just about enough out of you. I think we're gonna give Quagsire a little bit of time to think about his decisions, and maybe next episode we'll catch him. Because that was a little bit ridiculous. Awesome for the experience, though. It's a very cool strategy. And Quagsire is an evolved Pokemon, so he probably gives like 2 defense or 2 HP. Very good. Alright, at the terminal. Yeah, we'll save. Alright, next time, yeah, we're going to try and capture that Quagsire again. I hope you join me then. Thanks for watching.